19 minutes after 7 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. It is October 28th, 2015. Let's see what the day is going to look like, Robin. It is 72 degrees right now here at the studios of The Source, broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall just outside the WOCA commissary. Today's forecast, a 40% chance of rain. High temperatures in the mid-80s, it looks like. And then tomorrow, a 10% chance of rain. Friday at 20% and Saturday at 10%. So maybe today is the end of the 2-day rain thing we're having. Nobody's complaining though, right?
No one's complaining.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Robin, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Larry?
Good. Got a good show this morning. I found something really interesting, and I'm probably going to occupy a lot of the time between 7:35 and 8 o'clock with this. There's a few other things we'll talk about, but I found some information. I found a website. I'll share the website with you after I talk about this, because I kind of want to be one up on you just for 10 minutes. Anyway, there's a new jet, a stealth jet, and you know, if we're knowing about it and if we know facts about it, then chances are it's been around for a while. I don't know, but it's the F-35, and it's the most advanced stealth jet in the world, according to the article. And so I've got some facts about that jet, the F-35. It's a Navy jet, I think. I hope that right. Very interesting. And not only is the jet interesting, but the helmet that the pilot wears is very, very interesting. And I know I showed you the video just about 10 minutes ago.
Super interesting.
So very, very cool stuff. There are other stories we'll squeeze into that 7:35 news and commentary section, but I just was so fascinated by this that I wanted to share it with everybody. So that's what we're doing. 8:35. It's about sports. Galen. No, I'm sorry, not about sports. I'm anxious to get to the Galen segment. 8:35. It's about news. We simply read the news. Simple as that. We shorten it. Read the news. So there you go. 9:05. Thomas Prower is coming on the air. He has written a book called. This is like a Halloween themed book, I think. La Santa Muerte, which I think means in Spanish the saint of murder, or the murder saint or something.
Yes.
Unearthing the Magic and Mysticism of Death, a true story based on actual events. That sounds kind of scary.
It does. It does. That's why this is a good week to book him in.
Yeah.
Halloween week.
But his credentials just show me where he lived.
That's all I could find for him.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. You know, this is going to be my credentials someplace. He's lived in Ocala, Denellen, Bellevue, New York.
Well, he's probably a secret squirrel guy because he worked for the French government, you know, so he might just, you know, not be able to divulge anything else about himself.
Diane Radican is coming on at 9:35. She's a teacher. She teaches gifted children. And it says here she's a risk-taking entrepreneur and a conjurer of images.
Yeah, that's my favorite part for her.
I like that, yeah. Her book is called YLA, Pourquoi Paris?
Yes.
Is that Paris? How you say Paris in French? Paris, you do that little thing?
Yes, you do.
Pourquoi Paris? An artistic pairing of two iconic cities. I've never been to Paris.
Nope. But
I did fall in love with LA when I lived there for half a year.
Oh my gosh, you and her are going to bond then. You'll bond.
There's a lot of people that have been in LA.
Yeah. I have not. I would like to go one day.
Higher education happenings. We don't know who Mike Fallon has invited to be on, but he usually has a whole host of guests, or a whole guest of whatever. He's usually got a lot of people with him. He's going to be here to talk about the different educational opportunities in our community.
Yep.
Legally Yours at 10:35. Today is Wednesday. Every Wednesday, John Fuller comes in and talks to us about the law, if he can make it. Sometimes it's a rebroadcast. John is an attorney here in Ocala at the law firm of Fuller and Fuller, and he will answer your law questions. The other Fuller in the name of the firm is his beautiful wife, Janet.
Yep.
And she specializes in, let me think, disability, Social Security, something like that, right?
Yes. I think so.
Dr. Kevin O'Neill at 11:05. Dr. O'Neill is a geriatrician. He treats older folks. He's going to talk about the new Rewiring Aging Survey, how seniors can use technology to increase social engagement.
Yep.
Really?
Like going on Facebook and
Facebook?
stuff like that.
What about that thing you swipe? What's that thing you swipe?
You swipe.
Yeah, you're looking for a lady and you say, oh, go to the left, I don't want her. Go to the right, I do want her. What is that thing?
That dating thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing where you travel around the world and you have one-night stands. Yeah, I can't remember. Was it the name of a person? Is it Jezebel or something? I can't remember.
It's a good name, though. The voice of travel today, speaking about traveling all around the world. I was watching this video. I'm kind of really into Amtrak, so I was watching this video. It's kind of how I relax. Call it just mindless entertainment. Mm-hmm. But people will take these trips on Amtrak and they'll videotape like the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I got these long videos that I'll find on YouTube. So there was this one guy. He went from Washington D.C. To Las Vegas by Amtrak to hook up with a girl he met.
Gosh.
Online.
Wouldn't want to fly, huh? You get there like really, really quick.
There's a lot of girls in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, yes, there
I don't
are.
see why he had to go all the way to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
The train doesn't go to Las Vegas, by the way. He had to go to 2 hours. I didn't really watch the whole thing.
Well, maybe he didn't want a Monica Lewinsky kind of a woman, so that's why he was going to
Vegas. Yeah. DC that's all DC. Besides which, I think probably Monica's probably a pretty nice lady. From what I've seen in interviews, she seems pretty nice. Why wouldn't you want a Monica Lewinsky? Hello.
There you go.
Everything we know about her sounds good to me.
Yeah. That's right.
She even has an emotional attachment to the extent that she'll save her dresses.
Exactly. There you go. Beware.
Where am I? Okay. Voice of travel. That's right. Anthony James will be here to talk about traveling. So this guy couldn't get to Vegas. He had to take a bus the last 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of like here in Ocala. You can't really take a train to Ocala anymore.
No, gotta take a bus.
Fun with Joe. It's Candy Week. We have a lot of candy showing up at the studio this week because of Halloween.
Yep.
So I not only have some candy questions for you and Joe, but just some fictional foods. I couldn't find enough candy questions, so it's fictional foods and candy.
Okay, excellent. I can deal with that.
Fictional foods. If you don't know what a fictional food is, you got to listen to Fun with Joe. You'll find out.
Okay, excellent.
Now, when Galen Unil is on from last night. Last night was the first game of the World Series, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. There was this kind of a sad story about the pitcher for the Royals. His father died just before he went to play the game.
Oh.
Yeah, Edinson Volquez. I'll tell you about that.
Did he play?
Yeah. Well, I think he played half a game.
Oh.
But that's not what I'm getting at here. Well, sort of kind of it is, because, see, I don't play the fiddle. Mm-hmm. So when somebody plays the fiddle, I'm always very, very amazed that they can play it. Mm-hmm. And I don't do sports announcing. So when somebody does sports announcing, I'm always in awe, because like somebody like Tom Schmitz is like a master at this.
Yes, he is.
And he can really, really do it well.
That's his forte, him and Buddy.
And so all these guys, I mean, when I listen to the sports thing on the weekend, there's not one that I think, gosh, this guy doesn't have a clue, because they all sound great to me. It's kind of like me listening to a fiddle player. They all sound great to me. All right.
You can't fool the people that know.
Well, that's it. Okay, so there's an announcer in the baseball game last night. I don't know if he was specifically for the Royals or for the Mets or whatever, but his name is Joe Buck, I think. Joe Buck. And everybody's hating on this guy.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody doesn't like this guy. So I don't know if it's because they didn't want to pick on the Royals because they just had, a sad moment with the dad of the pitcher, or if they just really don't like this guy. Joe Buck. So I listened to Joe Buck. I went online to listen. Wow, what if they don't not like? I couldn't hear it. It sounded good to me.
Yeah.
It sounded real good. So anyway, I have the 25 most hated sports broadcasters in sports. And I think these are modern day.
Wow.
You asked me if Howard Cosell was on there. He is not on there.
Okay.
So I'm guessing these are today's sportscasters. And so I want to ask Galen. I want to name each one of these 25. See if he agrees that they deserve to be hated as much as they are.
Okay.
And then explain to me what is it with these people?
Yeah, Galen.
Why wouldn't somebody like these people? So
exactly.
We'll do that.
Cool. That sounds like a fun topic. Well, who won?
Who won the game? You know, I think the Royals did.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure the Royals did. Not that I watched it, but see, I have a friend in New York. You know him, Jimmy McCauley.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Well, I was reading his Facebook posts. He is not happy with his Mets. Let me tell you something.
Oh gosh,
he is just. I can picture him throwing things. I was reading this article. How women are saying that men always say that you ladies have no control of your emotions. Mm-hmm. And yet, look at these guys when their teams are losing.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the time I went to Wendys for the sports guys when we worked for the Gator Network. I went to Wendys and I forgot to get cheese on a burger.
Yes.
And he threw the whole thing at the wall.
I know. Isn't that awful?
We'll be right back.
He threw it.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. A new frontrunner for tonight's Republican presidential debate in Colorado.
Billionaire Donald Trump, long the top choice in polls, will share center stage here with Dr. Ben Carson. Carson also topping other Republicans in the most recent fundraising quarter, and now tops the field in recent Iowa polling and a new national poll.
Fox Radio's Jared Halpern. A bipartisan budget package expected to face an initial vote in the House today.
It is a 2-year budget agreement that would raise the debt ceiling, the government's ability to borrow money through March 2017. The likely next Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, criticized the process of unveiling a last-minute deadline deal, but this is in part designed to help him.
Fox News' Mike Emanuel. World Series Game 1 goes into the record books as the longest first game in series history. It went 14 innings, with the Kansas City Royals beating the New York Mets 5-4. Game 2 today in Kansas City. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
What are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest. The trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
This forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom would take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom!
Yeah, hon? Steven, what is that in your hand?
It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house and have some fun in nature today.
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Located next door to Silver Spring State Park and a few minutes from historic downtown Ocala, our award-winning Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites of Silver Springs is a place to stay for a friendly, memorable, and fun experience. Enjoy our fast and free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and free parking. Whether you're in town for work or play, our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. That's the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Silver Springs, proud sponsor of Friday night Marion County High School football on WOCA, The Source.
Who doesn't love heading out on the boat with a family, hitting the ATV trails with friends, or blazing new stretches of highway with riding buddies? Your toys are your ticket to outdoor fun. At the McDonald Allstate Agency, we get to know you and help make sure you have all the right coverages. Plus, when you bundle your coverage for your car and your home with your boat, motorcycle, RV, or more, you can save up to 30%. So call the McDonald Allstate Agency today at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations at Calla Hills or the Jasmine Square Plaza.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary. Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
The Kingdom of the Sun Concert Band, under the leadership of conductor Les Muncaster, presents the musical presentation Veterans Like the Stars. It'll be on Sunday, November 8th at 6:30 p.m. at the Ocala Marion County Veterans Memorial Park. Free admission. Bring your families, your friends, your blankets, your lawn chairs, and join the Kingdom of the Sun Concert Band for a very special evening of music, fireworks, and good old American spirit. For more information, call 624-9291 or go online to kingdomofthesunband.org. 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in to The Source, WOCA, this Wednesday morning here at the studios at the Paddock Mall. It is 72 degrees, and there is a 40% chance we'll see rain today. Highs in the mid-80s, so not too bad. The rest of the week looks pretty good as far as rain is concerned. About a 10% mention for both tomorrow and Saturday, and a 20% chance for Friday. 10% for Sunday as well, if you want to get to the end of the weekend. All right, before we talk about the F-35, I think this is a pretty cool airplane. The F-35B. Oh, I'm calling it the wrong thing. F-35B? See, I don't know. The F-35B? I don't know. We'll find out together. I was just reading. I have some sound bites to play for you regarding this stealth jet that the Navy has now. So we'll talk about that. Let's see real quickly some of the other things in the news. Do I have any ribbon cuttings to talk about?
No. Only had one on Monday so far.
Deputy Ben Fields may find out today if he'll keep his job. The South Carolina school resource officer has been suspended without pay since a video surfaced of him yanking a student out of a chair and slamming her to the ground during an arrest. You might have seen that video. It made its way around the world.
Horrible story.
By the way, yesterday we went to Bruce Mozart's memorial service. Bruce Mozart is the legendary photographer responsible for all of those underwater photos at Silver Springs and some of the other waters in the area, but mostly Silver Springs, taken, in the 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way through the 2000s. He was still doing to a lesser extent. Anyway, he passed away a week or so ago. So yesterday we went to the memorial, and it was very, very sweet. And we got to meet one of the ladies who was one of the models underwater.
Yeah, one of the mermaids.
And it was very, very nice to get to meet her. It was very nice to kind of just be there. And thank you, Evelyn, for inviting us to be part of that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Bruce became a friend. With 4 decades difference in our age. We feel old sometimes, don't we?
Yes, we do.
But he was 98 when he passed away.
Yeah, hope we make it that far.
Yeah.
I do. Bruce lived a really full life, and
he was full of life.
Life to be full.
He was
too.
an ever smiling kind of a guy.
Yeah.
His 3 sons. I don't know if that's the only children he had, but 3 sons preceded him in death. So how hard is that to go through that horrible experience? Let's see other news. The 3rd Republican debate is tonight. This time, thanks to his uptick in the polls, it's Ben Carson starring as the man in the middle. That's cool. How will Donald Trump handle not being top dog?
It all depends on opinion.
Jeb Bush is sick of shedding money, staff, and polluting position. What? He promises no more Mr. Nice Guy. Oh, Jeb Bush, no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Okay, he's on the offensive
And just Carly Fiorina.
Good for her.
She's back down to single digits in the polls. We like her, but she's up against some really heavy hitters here.
Well, it's getting late in the game now, so they have to cull it down to like 2 or 3.
Hillary Clinton plans to air 4 new TV ads in Iowa and New Hampshire during the debate.
Of course she will.
There you go. Are parts, we had this story sort of yesterday, are parts of the Middle East becoming too hot to live? We're not talking about political unrest, but actual climate heat. A study from Loyola Marymount University and MIT says climate change would leave major cities in the Persian Gulf region unfit for human survival because the temperature during the summer will simply be too hot. The study says the unsurvivable threshold could be reached as soon as 2100.
Gosh.
And in the Royals versus Mets game last night, I wanted to read you some of the things from my friend in New York.
Okay.
Do I have it here? Oh, yeah, my Facebook. Okay. I have a friend in New York, James McCauley. He's a firefighter and well-respected, but let me find him on here. Where is he?
Mm-hmm.
See, I knew I should have done this first.
You said Royals won.
The Royals won, yeah.
Okay.
There he is. Okay, so this is what he's a Mets fan, and he's just adamant about his sports. So this is what he posted on his Facebook page. He says, listening to Major League Baseball Network and Fox Sports 1, listening to two networks at once. This is typical of him. I don't know why the Mets are even bothering getting on the plane to Kansas City. That's what he wrote. I don't even know why they're bothering getting on.
I guess they played really poorly.
And then this is something you sports guys would have to explain to me, but he posted, "Are you effing kidding me? We can't hit Chris Young."
I know, we got to ask about that.
So yesterday evening was the first game of the World Series, and there was a human interest story. Edinson Valquez's father reportedly died just before Game 1 of the World Series last night. It was unclear how the pitcher found out about the death.
Mm-hmm.
He is the Kansas City Royals starting pitcher. He learned last night on the way to the game of the World Series that his father had died from heart failure, but the announcers didn't know if he knew. ESPN reported the death, saying Daniel Valquez, 63 years old, died of heart disease complications. Royals spokesman Mike Swanson told reporters that Valquez's wife initially asked that he not be told about his father's death. Valquez eventually did find out, although Swanson said he did not know when that happened. That's from the Royals spokesman. The Royals were playing the New York Mets in Kansas City last night, and Valquez served as the team's starting pitcher. Before the game ended, USA Today reported that Valquez was with family. According to the Associated Press, Valquez was introduced to baseball as a 10-year-old by his father, who worked professionally as a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
In 2012, Valquez was asked about his best baseball memory in the Dominican Republic. He said it was when he signed his first contract, then singled out the importance of his parents. So this is not a guy who would take the death of one of his parents lightly. This is a guy who would be hit hard by that news. He says, "It was my best moment. My mom and dad were there. They were more excited than even I was. I jumped from being a little kid to being a professional baseball at that moment." During the same interview, Valquez also said that his mom and dad always took care of him and that the Dominican Republic was still home to him. Though ESPN reported Valquez learned of his father's death while on the way to the ballpark, several reporters said the pitcher didn't hear the news before the game started. So there was some confusion. Fox News, which was broadcasting the game, initially declined to report further on the death, and then they eventually changed course and mentioned the death of his father on the air. He pitched 6 innings last night before being replaced by Danny Duffy. And then there were some technical difficulties, apparently, that was messing with the broadcaster in the 4th inning.
Oh, my gosh.
It might have been when these computers went down here, too. I don't know.
Yeah, could be. We're wired.
Our computers went down, too, last night. I found out this morning. Well, anyway, so there are those things. Anything else? Anything local I should mention? Disney World filed for lots of land use changes.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, indicating they got big stuff in the works, which we already knew.
Yes.
Although we didn't know the extent of it, Robin. The one report we had said 14 acres.
Right.
Are you ready for this?
Okay.
The theme park's permit application shows Disney wants to build the water infrastructure, the plumbing, etc., needed for 799 acres of land.
Oh my gosh, they own that much?
799 acres of land, and that includes the 240-acre parcel of Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Wow.
So they are doing some big work. It's going to start in October of 2018, so 3 years from today.
Something big is going on.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's supposed to be done by October of 2018. It's supposed to begin in January. Okay, I'm sorry. So beginning in January of 2016, completed 3 years from today.
Wow, it's going to be a brand new park there then.
So
they're doing something.
Expect 3 years from this Christmas for probably the biggest Christmas celebration Disney has had in a long time.
Wow. Gosh,
they always have
isn't that something? They do. They really do. They know how to do it. Best value in Florida in theme parks.
And also, if you are the ID theft that people are engaging in, people stealing your ID. Remember the big news was they were stealing your ID and then filing for tax refunds?
Yes.
Now they're filing for unemployment compensation, and they might not even be in your state.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's a big. Let's see. The Department of Economic Opportunity reported that they caught 130,000 fraudulent claims of unemployment.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Doesn't say how many they didn't catch. All right, we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, times of clouds and sun and warm. But the shower with thunderstorm in the area, high 82 to 86. There can be a shower this evening near the coast, otherwise partly cloudy tonight. Those 64 inland, 69 at the coast. Tomorrow, times of sun and clouds, just a chance of a shower, high 81 to 85. And on Friday, sunshine, some clouds, and quite nice, the high 81 to 85. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Have you heard of Hyperdirectory? When looking for local businesses, go to hyper.directory. No need for www, no need for .com, just hyper.directory. Connecting customers to local companies when it matters most. Hyperdirectory is your local business directory partnered with the Ocala Chamber and Economic Partnership to bring you trusted local businesses. Keeping Ocala local. Use hyper.directory. No www, not even .com, just hyper.directory. Connecting customers to businesses when it matters most.
Coming live in concert, Matthew Smith and Indelible Grace, Sunday, November 15th, 6 p.m. At Grace Presbyterian Church, just down the road from Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. Tickets are only $15 at the door, or get discounted tickets now at eventbrite.com. Or visit Grace Presbyterian on Facebook or call 629-1537.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us #1. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source. Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
12 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in here at the studios of The Source, broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall. It is still 72 degrees, holding steady for the last couple of times we've announced the weather, or at least the temperature. And the weather hasn't changed either. There's a 40% chance we'll see rain today with highs in the mid-80s. All right, I was telling you before about an article I had read regarding a stealth jet that the Navy has. So I want to talk about that right now. I called it the F-35, and I think that's probably correct. But there's a couple of different references here. The F-35B, the F-35C. So you know me, and you know that I have no idea about most of these things. But anyway, so I found some interesting things. The F-35B, I'm going to give you the website. Let me just give it to you now before I forget to give it to you, because everything I'm reading to you comes from this one website. It is, hold on, I have to scroll down to to the actual address. It's simple. F35.com. F35.com. It's pretty simple. But wait till you hear about this airplane. The F-35B. Now, I don't know what the extra initial means, but the F-35B is the world's first operational aircraft that can land vertically and travel faster than the speed of sound. Okay?
Okay.
Just want to tell you that. It can take off with more than 9 tons of ordnance. 9 tons of bombs, missiles.
Oh, okay.
More than 9 tons. Is that amazing?
That is amazing.
Now, somebody else fill me in on this. I don't know, but it says the F-35C is the Navy's very first stealth jet.
Oh.
Aircraft carriers remain at the forefront of U.S. military power. It's the F-35C Lightning II. And the backbone of any carrier strike group is the aircraft it brings to the fight. The 5th generation F-35C Lightning II is the only fighter that can respond to tomorrow's threats and preserve the U.S. Navy's maritime supremacy. Our naval aviators deserve nothing less than the most advanced capabilities to ensure they are able to perform their missions and return home safely. So
this is fascinating stuff.
And yeah, whenever you read anything like this, you always say, okay, this is cool stuff. But if we're reading about it, then does this mean that there is cooler stuff that we don't know about?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
The F-35 has 300,000 individual parts.
Oh, my gosh.
300,000 individual parts. And if you go to the website, you can click on that link there. There are 8 international partners on the F-35 Lightning II program. Those partners are Australia, Canada, Denmark, Italy, the Netherlands, Norway, Turkey, and the United Kingdom. Additionally, Israel and Japan are acquiring the F-35 through the U.S. government's foreign military sales program.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that all these guys all stay friendly with us.
I hope so, too.
Yeah.
I hope so, too, because sometimes we give them all this equipment and stuff, and then they turn on the U.S.
Lockheed Martin was awarded the Joint Strike Fighter System Design and Development contract on October 26, 2001. That's how far back this goes.
Gosh.
And here's the part that fascinated me. Let me get the soundbite for this one. The helmet is the helmet enables the pilot to literally, well, not literally, figuratively, virtually see through the jet.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
All right, and let me play this. Awesome. Let me play the soundbite that where the guy's talking about this.
The helmet is transformational in terms of what it gives to the pilot and his situational awareness. It presents to him all the information that he used to have in a heads-up display in front of him in terms of aircraft attitude, airspeed, heading, and the parts that he needed to fly the airplane. It's now presented in the display in front of him. But what it adds is the situational awareness, the tactical display, the presentation from the sensors that he has. It allows him to see everything that's of concern to him, his allies and his threats above the horizon in the air-to-air arena. It also takes the distributed aperture system, which are the 6 embedded cameras in the skin of the airplane. It takes that information and presents it on the display. And he sees everything that's of concern to him on the ground, even to the point where he can look between his legs underneath the airplane and see all the way to the ground. He now sees to the horizon everything that's of interest to him. And what it brings to the pilot is all the information that used to be on various screens in the cockpit and presents to him on a display that gives him immediate situational awareness.
Wow. So he can see through the jet. I mean, can you imagine? You know the blind spot in your car?
Yes.
Can you imagine if you wore special glasses and you turned around and that blind spot wasn't there?
Oh, that would be awesome.
I mean, and these guys, and we go what 80 miles an hour at tops? Well, for me anyway, on the interstate. You know, I mean, he's going faster than the speed of sound. So how long does it take to get to the horizon? I know you never get to the horizon, but you know what I mean,
right?
How quickly do you get to the farthest point you can see? And I guess with this helmet, he can see all the way to the horizon, and beneath the jet, he can look down and Isn't that amazing?
And everything's so precise and concise, whereas if you've got a panel of gauges and these cameras and stuff, your eyes are darting everywhere. But here you've got it all really very compact right in front of you. That is so cool.
And that's got to take some getting used to, too, I would think, right?
Oh, yeah, but this is great. Wonderful stuff.
Also, the cockpit is almost entirely digital. They're LCD touchscreen devices, hardly any hardwire switches at all. I'm sure they have some just for fail-safes, because those touchscreens can
oh yeah
they don't always work, at least the ones I have.
You gotta have manual override.
The F-35 has recovered, for those of you who know about these things, you're going to be impressed with this.
It's a cool story.
The F-35 has recovered 100% of the time from all high-angle testing, including 90 degrees straight up.
Wow, this is so awesome. I love this.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure I understand what that means, but I think what it means is that when it loses control, like they purposefully put it out of control, that it went back into control 100% of the time. That's what it sounds like to me.
Wow, this is so cool.
More than 1,300 American suppliers in 47 states contribute to the F-35 program. On the website, there's a map of the United States, and you can click on the state. So I'm going to click on Florida just to show you this.
Okay.
All right, I pick Florida. We have in Florida 104 supplier locations to help build this jet.
Oh, nice.
13,194 direct or indirect jobs because of this jet. And the economic impact to the state of Florida just from this jet is $2.062 billion.
Wow.
That's just Florida alone.
Wow.
If I pick, let's see, states that you're interested in, let me pick Wisconsin. There are 7 supplier locations, 40 direct and indirect jobs, $2 million of economic impact. So Florida has way more going on regarding this jet than Wisconsin.
Well, it's because NASA was here. We had this huge space program that was thriving.
Florida even beats New York in this regard. It's a $439 million impact for New York, 5,337 jobs and 86 supplier locations.
Wow.
We've got 13,000 jobs and $2 billion plus.
That is cool.
California has $7 billion, so California trumps us. Wow, $7 billion. $576 million, 26,135 jobs, and 320 supply locations.
Wow. No, Florida's a great state.
And let's see, do I have a couple more things that I want to take some phone calls? 8.6 million lines of software code. 8.6 million lines of software code.
Wow.
Give the F-35 its superior capabilities. And the F-35's unprecedented stealth capabilities can render it virtually undetectable to radar, which I thought that's what they were saying about the stealth bomber. The designation of fighter aircraft by generations began with the first subsonic jets toward the end of World War II, with each new generation reflecting a major advance in technology and capability. The F-35 Lightning II is referred to as a fifth-generation fighter, combining advanced stealth capabilities with fighter aircraft speed and agility. Fully fused sensor information. Did you hear the guy on the audio clip I played saying there were cameras embedded into the skin of the aircraft?
Yes.
Wow.
So they're all hooked up to his helmet.
And that's how the guy, you can see with his helmet. All right,
yes.
I know the people are waiting patiently. Good morning. Thank you for waiting. You're on the air.
Yeah, it's me, Tom.
Hey, Tom. Oh, Tom would know about this stuff.
Oh, yeah, he knows.
Two things real quick. One, that the letter at the end just indicates the next model after they've made significant changes or improvements to the aircraft. Like the A was the first generation, the B is the second generation. It's the same basic airframe, but they might have changed the engines or something. You know, it's hard to know unless you really get into the specifics of the aircraft. But that's what the A, B, C, D at the the afterwards, the after number letter suffix.
Okay,
you want to call it that. And then as far as Mach 1 is 10 nautical miles a minute. And a nautical mile is 1.13 statute miles. So,
really? Wow.
Which would be about 11.3 miles per minute. In other words, you go from 11.3 miles. You would go from basically Ocala to Bellevue in a minute.
Wow. And that's faster than the speed of sound, or that is the speed of sound.
That is the speed of sound, Mach 1, yeah. If it's over Mach 1, of course, it's faster than that.
Wow. I gotta learn how to drive faster. I'm so
that would
slow.
be great.
Yeah.
1 minute
Mach
from
2
here to
would be
Bellevue.
20 nautical miles per minute.
Well, you would be interested in this website. This it's a real simple website, F-35.com. And it's got so much stuff on it, videos and maps and everything. Thank you, Tom.
All right, I'll look it up. All right, bye-bye.
All right. We have to take a little break. I hope that was interesting for some of you. I found it so fascinating, and I don't think I did it justice. The best thing I can tell you, though, is go to that website, F35.com. It's just amazing, especially if you love that kind of stuff. We'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Republican presidential hopefuls are facing off again tonight in debate number 3.
Donald Trump needs to recapture some of the momentum that he's losing to Ben Carson, who now leads him in 2 Iowa polls and in 1 national poll. Last night, Trump pleaded with voters in Sioux City, Iowa, to turn the numbers around for him.
Fox's John Roberts at the University of Colorado Boulder.
This debate and the next one, just 2 weeks from now on the Fox Business Network, could be the most important debates yet because they could start to winnow out some of those candidates who are polling in the lower single digits. Take, for example, Chris Christie. If he doesn't have a big night tonight, he could be relegated to the undercard in our November the 10th debate.
House lawmakers expected to vote on a bipartisan 2-year budget today, and the Kansas City Royals take Game 1 of the World Series, beating the New York Mets 5-4 in 14 innings. Fox News, we report, you decide.
My name is Dale Pazinski. I'm 19 years old, and this is how I live united. I've always been kind of a computer geek, and I found a way to use those skills to help the homeless in my community. For people facing hard times, computer skills and a basic resume are so important. It may seem like a small thing, but it makes a huge difference in people's lives. So with United Way, I created a program where I work with the homeless. Together, we go through their whole job history, write a resume, and then save it on their very own USB drive. We provide workbooks and training certificates. I even budgeted for